So what do you think? I think it could work.
Look, I'm sure there's somebody out there who wants to go cross-country with the whitest woman on the face of the earth, singing Carpenter songs and reliving childhood memories, but it ain't me. Hey! That's my car! That's my car!
Life hasn't been easy for Jade.
Get out of the car!
Men have always been a mystery to Robin.
I'm the one who spent 3 years at happy hour and never went home with anybody except the bartender.
Hey, babe.
And Holly falls in love every day.
Is it me, or is she working her way down some weird list of guys who call women babe?
They had nothing in common.
I'm not going over a cliff for you two, so just forget it.
But an appetite for living and their need for a home.
I'm 8 weeks pregnant.
Please tell me you're kidding.
Wow, isn't this nice?
This has got to be the mother.
3 women who put an end to secrecy.
Jane's been so great to me. At first, I thought she just liked me because of the whole gay thing. Jane's gay. Like, hello.
She's a black lesbian and she's living here.
And create a world of intimacy.
I don't know what it is, but there's something that goes on between women.
Whoopi Goldberg, Mary Louise Parker, and Drew Barrymore. In a story of loyalty and trust, safety in numbers, women on top, and boys on the side.
Welcome to BNS About Movies. This is Sam.
This is Becca.
And Angelo is with us.
Our dog.
And he's excited because tonight we're going to watch Boys on the Side. We just bought this DVD at the Exchange. It's from 1995, and I'll read you a little bit about it. The past is miles back. The future stretches ahead. And laughs, tears, and togetherness.
He can't even read it.
I can't read it serious. Hold on.
I'll read it.
No, I'll read it seriously.
Okay,
you ready? You want me to do the trailer voice?
Yes.
Past is miles back. The future stretches ahead. And laughs, tears, and togetherness unfold along the way. 3 women sharing a car going west also share a friendship that becomes family in Boys on the Side. The acclaimed box office hit had audiences everywhere on its side. Whoopi Goldberg, Mary Louise Parker, and Drew Barrymore team in this winning celebration of camaraderie and caring, directed by Herbert Ross. The turning point, Still Magnolias. 1, Goldberg, is a wisecracking club singer. 1, Parker, a finicky real estate agent. And 1, Barrymore, is a free spirit. Each has secrets to reveal, strengths to impart, vital moments of self-discovery awaiting. Now's their time.
It's pretty good, huh?
It was very good.
You're like, holy... Oh my God.
Here's my money, sir. I'd like to buy a ticket.
So this also stars...
Matthew McConaughey.
Okay, he's not on the back of the box. So. And...
There's a lot of familiar faces, but they're kind of no-name actors.
Original soundtrack features today's hottest artists.
Bonnie Raitt.
Yes.
The Indigo Girls.
Melissa Etheridge.
It's basically
Sheryl
lesbian
Crow,
music.
Pretenders, Stevie Nicks, Sarah McLachlan, and more.
If Adam Chico listens to this, I'm surprised he doesn't own this movie.
He probably does. My wife, I commented the other day that really shocking that she turned out, luckily for me, that she turned out like guys, but my wife has her channel completely programmed on her, what is it?
I
Pandora.
basically listen to lesbian music.
She has the...
I keep Lilith Fair alive and going.
On the Pandora channel, it's the...
Ani DeFranco channel.
There's been times when my wife and I have been in bed not watching podcasts, and she's like, I'm going to put on some music. And I'm like, okay, awesome. And it's Andy DeFranco live. She's like, oh, but it's everybody coming in here. Everybody. And then everybody in the crowd just laughs on it. I have no idea what the fuck she's saying.
Okay, these are my 2 observations. I ain't never seen a festival in which the stage is completely run on solar power. That is unfucking believable. That is just too cool. There's say that kind of shit can't be done. And then you know what's so funny is you're all standing there so peaceful, grooving, and there ain't no like cattle gate holding you in like you were cattle.
I love her.
And there's been times that I just pray my wife's phone will run out. She gets in bed drunk, passes out, and I have to listen to like 4 hours of Andy DeFranco, and I don't know how to turn her phone off. But I love it. I love it. I have 31 flavors and then some.
32.
Oh, well, I'm only 31 because I have a penis instead of having 2 penises. As we learned from 9.5 weeks, women have 2 penises.
Yes, according to my husband.
And we also learned just now, women have 32 flavors.
Yes.
Men have 31.
Yes.
Yes. They get one extra one on Venus because we're from Mars.
Exactly.
That's a lot to digest. You know, I've been editing these podcasts, and maybe it's because the mic's close to me, but I can hear my breath, and it makes me really upset. I have to, every once in a while, I'll see this little line, and it's like, those noises, and I have to take them out.
Because you're so excited.
I'm so excited about movies.
Uh-huh.
The cover of Boys on the Side has, I thought that was Gina Davis, but it's not.
That's Mary Louise
Parker. Nisei Gina Davis, as they say in Japan. I mean, it's fake Gina Davis. And she is like literally, if you crop this the right way, she has just a claw hold on Whoopi Goldberg's hair.
They're blowing out birthday candles.
It looks like they're blowing out birthday candles, but Whoopi Goldberg looks like she's blowing a fireball onto Drew Barrymore. This is about the era that Drew Barrymore was still pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah, this is after David Letterman.
This is after David Letterman? That's my barometer of where Drew Barrymore's life's at.
Mm-hmm.
I base it on E.T., Little Girl Lost, David Letterman, Tom Green Marriage, shitty Adam Sandler movies.
Yes.
That last
But
one.
I happen to like some of those shitty
Not
Adam
the
Sandler
Safari
movies.
one, though.
I love 50 First Dates.
50 First Dates is fun.
It's amazing.
But the other one, the one where they go on the blended.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
No,
We didn't see it.
It was in the theaters for
a day.
It was in the theaters for a day. It was a limited.
It didn't do very well.
What we in the business call limited engagement. It wasn't planned on being a limited engagement. We didn't. You know what though? Becca and I have had I don't want to say good fortune of being the only people in the theater to see movies. We saw Gem. We were the only 2 people in the theater.
On opening day.
Opening day. The only 2 people. Nobody just wandered in to see what it was about. It was the 2 of us.
Everyone just gave up.
It was great. I, like casino style, took my pants off, folded them over the chair, sat there, ate a bucket of popcorn by myself. Becca had a row, I had a row, and we learned a lot about how robots. I remember when Short Circuit robot Johnny 5 was in Gem.
I think that Synergy is Johnny Five's granddaughter.
You know what sucked about Gem? This is a mini podcast, mini episode about Gem. Or should I save my Gem thoughts for when we watch it, and we could just do a whole episode about it?
You should probably save them because you know I'm going to want to watch it again.
I have a feeling.
What?
That tonight's going to be a good night. 1. 2, I have a feeling that like other movies that my wife has claimed to hate, she's going to watch Gem a whole bunch of times.
To make myself want to like it because
How many times yes, I know, Ange, you've had to see Annabelle 7 times. He said one time, what's that, Ange? One time, his mom watched Vanilla Sky every day for a week.
Because I kept falling asleep in different parts and I had to go back and it's confusing when you try and watch it the first time.
I love Mexican drug movies from the 60s and 70s, like Jodorowsky movies, like Holy Mountain. That Holy Mountain and Dennis Hopper's The Last Movie make more sense than Vanilla Sky.
Let me explain to you the first time I saw Vanilla Sky.
Or do you want to save it for the Vanilla Sky episode?
No, because I've got this in my head now. Okay. I might forget it next time.
Okay.
I can't say anybody's name over the podcast, just in case somebody happens to listen. I don't think she'll remember that it was her, but I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Okay.
Well, I saw that movie. I was in high school when it came out.
Oh, can I guess who it is?
No, because if they listen to this...
Okay, I think I know.
This is how...
I've met this person.
This is how not so bright this person is.
I've met this person.
That she would not remember seeing it with me.
That's how deep this goes. I'm not even allowed to know if I met this person. Go ahead.
we went to this movie, and I was thinking, oh, it's a Tom Cruise movie. His
Yeah.
movies are pretty basic.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was going to be one of those, what's going on? What happened? Oh my God, what is that? Question type movie, you know.
Like Jacob's Ladder, but
Yeah.
not good.
I walked out of there and I had no one to talk to about it because she's not the brightest person. I'm surprised she even knew where we were when we got out of the movie theater. It was just horrible because out of all of my friends that I could have taken, I don't want to say the dumbest, but I took my least smartest friend.
We used to have a kid that lived next door to us growing up.
And I love her to death, but she was not, I needed to take a scientist with me and not this person.
We had this kid growing up next to us whose dad was a brain surgeon.
Mm-hmm.
His name was Travis. And he talked like this. He was from West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
He lived with his grandparents because his parents didn't want him anymore. I'm not making that part up. And
did he tell you that? He said, "This is why."
No, his grandmother told us that.
My parents don't want me
but the whole time we were like, "What's your dad do for?" We had got the accent too from him, like a venereal disease, just from talking. That was weird. We said, "Travis, what's your dad do for a living?" He goes, "I think he's a banker. I don't know. He's a brain surgeon. He was like one of the most important brain surgeons in the U.S." And like he was like with Doctors Without Borders. He did all these amazing things. And I met his other brother had a imaginary friend, which is fine. I mean, well, unless you're in a horror movie, like a James Bond movie. But every other kid, when they get an imaginary friend, they're just made up, right? Tony the Tiger was his imaginary friend. So everything was like, Tony, what? It's great. Like, yeah, we get it, okay? And then he had a sister, and his sister was pretty together, pretty smart. And the mom and the dad were really smart. So we don't know what happened with this kid. But he would, like, ride the bus with us, and he'd be like, Sam, is David Lee Roth satanic? So we took him to see, I was going to say Octopussy. We took him to see, what's the one after that?
Goldeneye.
Not Goldeneye. It's the one of the later Roger. It might have actually been Octopussy, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
And in the theater, I was not smacked talking about it. Call back to earlier podcast. And so we're sitting in the theater, we're watching. There's a big fight scene. You know, at the end of James Bond movies, like the soldiers always come in, and you know it's like a big to do. And he looks at my dad during the movie, and he had asked my dad maybe 1,000 questions in this movie. He had never seen a James Bond movie
like
before.
my mom.
I don't know why he made your mom look like a bow of silence. And so he was like, he kept asking my poor dad had to sit next to him. My dad loves James Bond. Was dying to see this movie. My dad rarely got picks. My dad, the more I think about it as I grow up, my dad put up a lot from us. We're like, you know, we could see Star Wars 17 times. Like, my dad would be like, oh, sure, I guess. But anyway.
It's because he loves you.
He's a good man. He is a great man. Anyway, he is after this. Travis is sitting next to him, and he, right near the end of the movie, he goes, Mr. Panico, is James Bond gonna die? My dad goes, yes, this is the last James Bond movie. This is it. I took you to see James Bond die. You're 11. And the kid's like, oh, that's sad. And that was the first time I ever heard my dad crack wise on a kid.
And
later,
yell at somebody else's kid.
Later, I would learn that my dad would frequently pepper conversations with these things, and you would not expect it. And it's amazing when it happens, but it happened during this. So don't talk during the movie to my dad. My dad does not want to hear it.
He works hard.
He works hard.
He just wants to watch his movie.
Like he told me once when we were in a bar when I was 9, he goes, see all these men? They work for a living all day. They don't want to hear you be stupid. And I think about that every time I go in a bar. That's why when
that still goes.
When I'm in a bar and people are like, you don't talk a lot. I'm like, if these men worked all day, they don't want to hear me be stupid. I think about that. It was the Gilded Cage. And I had wingdings after playing Miss Pac-Man at the newsstand. The amazing things that I remember from my childhood. Anyways, we are going to watch Boys on the Side. Can I tell you what I think this movie's about?
It's a motion picture that celebrates the art of survival, the gift of laughter, and the miracle of friendship.
Oh, okay.
These 3 specific actresses happen to be in lots of my favorite movies. So the
They
fact
do.
that they were in one movie together was just,
What's funny is, so like Broad City a couple weeks ago, they did the Sister Act scene where everything turned into a scene from Sister Act. I'm like, what is going on? My wife's like, well, they're doing Sister Act. It was like seconds into it, like the first note of the song, and she perked up. She's like, well, they're doing Sister Act. And it was like, how many times have you seen Sister Act? A lot.
Yeah. A lot of girls have seen that movie a lot. It just hit home, even though none of us are nuns.
I have watched Jumping Jack Flash at least twice with my wife.
And she's watched it at least 100 sometimes without
Burglar.
Yes.
I thought this was a movie about...
Mary Louise Parker is the wife.
What is she in?
She's the wife in Hannibal.
Oh.
Red Dragon.
Manhunter?
No, Red Dragon.
Which is a remake of...
She plays, what's his name? Edward Norton's wife.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
And Drew Barrymore, we can't even tell you how many movies.
She was in...
Home Fries.
Home Fries. What is your favorite... Let's go through these people before we start the movie. What is your favorite Whoopi Goldberg movie? Hard question. Is it the one where she's partners with the dinosaur?
No, I do like that, though. It's either Jumpin' Jack Flash or Made in America.
Ooh.
Which, that is a good one. That'll be a future podcast, too. We have to buy that,
Made in America?
Yeah, her and Ted Danson. And Nia Long and Will Smith.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Ted Danson wore blackface?
He dated her.
That's what I mean, because they were at the Friars Club together.
Yeah.
Do you know who she dated after that?
Who?
Frank Langella.
I know that name.
He's Dracula in the 80s Dracula, and he was Skeletor in Masters of the Universe.
Yes.
And he's been in a ton of movies.
I can't believe she dated him.
Yeah, she was real hot and heavy with Frank Langella. I got to say, that's the first man other than my dad that my mom ever brought up as hot. Because when Dracula came out in 1980, like I was reading Fangoria and stuff at 8 in the Starlog. And there was like a cover with Frank Langella. My mom's like, he is a beautiful man. I'm like, I hate Frank Langella. He's going to take my dad away from me.
Yeah.
And I also thought he was a vampire because I was 8.
He was gonna...
Yeah. So I didn't know any better. What is your favorite Mary Louise Parker movie? Boys on the Side.
Fried Green Tomatoes.
Oh, I have seen that.
Yeah.
Because that's where I learned one of my favorite moves to do to teenagers. When they're trying to park, I smash into their car and I said, I'm older than you and I have better insurance. And then they call the cops. And then, wait, we haven't really ended on favorite Drew Barrymore movie. Isn't she in a Batman movie?
Yeah, she plays
Sugar
one of Two
Spice.
Faces.
Yeah. Her career was kind of down there, though.
That was just a filler role.
Do you wear her makeup?
I don't really like it. I've looked at it. Trust me.
She's starting to finally, we talked about this earlier tonight, not that anyone from the podcast is with us, but when people start to show their age, she's finally starting to show her age, I think.
Now that she has kids and stuff, she looks like a mom.
Yeah.
She's starting to get that mom look.
Like mom jeans, kind of.
Not necessarily. Her mom jeans are probably mom jeans that cost, $5,000. And they're a little more tailored than most mom jeans.
Yeah.
But the hair and she's doing very, very natural. Like even though
she doesn't have a pooch or anything yet.
No.
Okay.
She's just very natural looking now.
I don't know what my favorite.
Where your kids are more important than makeup now.
You don't like Color Purple?
Not really.
Really?
No.
Oh, is that Danny Glover's in that, and I had only seen him in Naked Gun, not Naked Gun.
Oprah's in it too.
He was in Lethal Weapon. I'm like, oh, Danny Glover's such a nice dude, and then he is anything but nice in that movie. I don't know what my favorite Whoopi Goldberg movie is. Star Trek, not a movie. And I just learned about Mary Louise Parker, and my favorite Drew Barrymore movie is maybe Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, I mean, she was good in that.
Yeah, here's why I like that movie.
I like her and Freddie Got Fingered.
Oh, that is right.
When she plays the receptionist.
Yeah.
And he's trying to get his comic strip.
Oh, yeah.
To, what's his name? From, Breakfast Club.
Chad
the
Nelson?
nerd kid.
Anthony Michael Hall.
Yes. He plays the whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes in and they have that whole thing where he tells her that his wife died.
Oh, that is.
But that was when they were dating.
Yeah. That's still crazy to me that they were.
I always say that, though. I told you, me and my brother quote Freddie Got Fingered all the time. And Andrew plays him. He goes, his wife is dead. And she goes, Linda? He loved her so much.
Should we do an episode of Freddie Got Fingered?
That will probably be in the next few.
I actually told somebody at work the other day that when I first started dating you, I was sitting at dinner one night and I said, Daddy, would you like some sausages? And you sang the rest of it. And I was like, oh, I love this girl so much because I've never met another human, much less a hot girl that knew Freddie got fingered.
Call my brother all the time. I tell him when he's pretending to be a businessman to impress that girl,
Yeah.
Betty. Well, my favorite part of the whole movie is he says, Betty, I brought you jewels, Betty. I bought you jewels. No, but my other favorite part is when he's pretending to be a businessman in the fancy restaurant and he has his dad's cordless phone and he has a tape recorder and all this stuff and he made a fax machine and he brought it all to the table. Mind you, this was an older movie, but still fax machines were already out of date and everything.
One, how did that movie get made?
I just love it.
And two, how does it never on how did it get made?
I don't know.
We need to beat them to the punch.
I know.
And then we need to tweet them and tell them that we did it.
I know.
I think we should do that soon. There's another movie I was thinking in here that we should do. I'm sure there's going to be several. People are going to say, hey, I thought you guys loved horror movies. Why have you done... Why or... Well...
His wife has an eclectic taste of movies.
My wife...
They range from children's movies to horror movies.
Just be glad that we did not do All Dogs Go to Heaven because I couldn't stop crying at the end of it.
He just so happened to marry a girl whose two favorite movies are Halloween 2 and Bedknobs and Broomsticks. Like, you can't get more different than that.
So I thought Boys on the Side was about women discovering they're lesbians in the 50s. So I was prepared for a much more interesting movie, probably.
You're going to be interested.
Are they going to go on a heroine's journey? 3
heroines' journeys.
Each, lives will be changed. Mm-hmm. Friends will become enemies. Enemies will become friends.
Yep. And I wish there were other people here to hold our money, but I bet my husband $30 that he will cry several different times.
Let's make a bet. We'll make a bet right now.
How many times you're going to cry?
No. If I cry at all. My eyes feel dry. I don't feel emotional.
Yet.
If I cry, you could pick the next movie.
Okay.
If I don't cry, and I hold it in, I get to pick the next movie.
So, what's your
I can't tell
definition of holding it in?
I don't
cry. My baby tends to try and hold it in now.
Wait. I am allowed to shudder.
You do. You go.
I'm allowed to shudder. I'm allowed to get a little verklempt. I am not allowed to cry. Physical tear coming out of the eye. No,
when we return from seeing this movie, I'll tell you that he leaned over to me and said either something like, "That is so sad," or "That is so special."
I will not get wet eyes. Now,
and then I have
disclaimer.
Oh, baby, it's okay.
If I have like a sty in my eye or some dust in my eye
from crying,
if I make a lasagna, for one,
yes.
I'm just thinking about a friend who died. That doesn't count. If I get like dry eye and like right now, like my eyes a little tiny bit wet, that doesn't count. Like there has
You're
to be
pre-crying.
there has to be legit tears, and you'll be able to tell. I trust you.
To be a judge.
I trust you to be a judge on this. I think Angelo might be the arbiter. He cries all the time. He has like allergic eyes as a dog. So he knows what's up. So if I cry, you pick the next movie.
Okay.
If I don't cry, I pick the next movie.
Okay.
And it's going to be Young Lady Chatterley 2. No, it's not. And I make you another promise. If I pick the movie, at least this time, it will not be any movies that you couldn't watch with your parents. Okay? Mm-hmm. There'll be gore in it, probably.
Yeah.
But there won't be, like, ribaldry.
What, there won't be what?
Ribaldry. Did you ever see that old Saturday Night Live sketch, Tales of Ribaldry? No. And it's, like, the one with the boot black. And, like, it's John Lovitz, and he's like, ooh, look, they're about to have fun. And then
yeah.
This is so ribald. And then finally he's like, this won't do it all. Yeah, none of those. I won't make you watch Fanny Hill or Happy Hooker Goes to Washington.
Thank you.
Starring Xavier Hollander. We won't watch that. We won't make you watch Emmanuel in Bangkok.
Thank you.
I will not make you watch In the Realm of the Senses. It's a Japanese movie about a prostitute that falls in love with a man and loves him so much she cuts his dick off and walks around the streets with it. And it's in the Criterion Collection.
I don't need to watch that
And it's
one.
based on a true story.
Oh God.
It's sumptuous. I remember what word I didn't use, by the way, before we start this episode. When I was talking about the lighting in 9.5 weeks. Luscious is the word.
That's the word. Your word.
Hey, you know what's funny? I checked this theory with a couple of my friends.
I think that we should just use it as your middle name.
Well,
Sam Luscious Banning.
I said to them, my wife made fun of me because during the sex scene in the rain, all I wanted to talk about was the lighting. And they said, well, yeah, you got to do things right. I mean, you could just watch porn, or you could watch some beautiful erotica. Oh, boy. So we're not going to watch some beautiful erotica. We're going to watch some Boys on the Side. These ladies are going to go on a journey. I'm going to go on it with them. Dry-eyed. I'm going to plow through this. I'm going to I imagine this movie. Okay. I don't want to think about Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants because I'll cry. I imagine that
I've never seen that movie.
Oh my God, you got to see it. These pants fit all these chicks. Like one girl's real curvy. And
why did you see this in the first place?
Because it was on like TBS and I was drunk and I couldn't get up. And by the end of it, I was a mess. Like I went through this stuff with these girls. I lived their lives.
Aww.
Angelo said, obviously, I wasn't around yet because I would have turned the channel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not good. Disclaimer, if I pick a movie, it will not be Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. As long as you promise that your movie will not be Divine Secrets of the IS or Sisterhood.
You've already seen that.
I've seen it at least 5 times with you.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. That movie, hurts my teeth.
You love it.
All right, Ann says, enough talking.
Get this movie going.
And we're starting it.
What is it?
Say,
what is it?
Hey, why it's Buttercup. Popcorn and sweet cream butter, too hot popcorn. Mix it up, wrap it up, Buttercup is born.
It's delicious.
So nutritious.
It's a taste delight.
It's so munchy,
crisp and crunchy.
You'll enjoy each bite. Eat butter-drenched Buttercup popcorn at its best.
Served in a king-size cup.
It beats all the rest.
All right, so we just watched Boys on the Side. I learned what Boys on the Side means, that these women treat these men like side dishes. Mm-hmm. And they need a man to be the main dish to have their lives, but they don't.
You're my turkey.
So I think, so Becca, why don't you tell me, you've seen this how many times?
A lot.
What would you give your review of it?
My letter grade?
Whatever, yes.
I give it a B+.
Oh, wow. How many times have you seen this?
At least 50.
This is the first time I've seen this. It reminded me a lot of Home Fries, because Drew Barrymore is a very similar character in both of these. Pregnant, and
no father,
in trouble.
Yep.
No helicopters in this movie.
No.
Matthew McConaughey was Matthew McConaughey in it.
He's pretty much the same guy from the Chrysler commercials.
Niecy Nash was in it for about 2 seconds.
Tell him about the Pittsburgh history.
There's lots of Pittsburgh in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the old Monroeville Mall Expo Mart, the Long John Silver's, which is now gone. They filmed a lot of stuff along
you said 79.
79 and the Miracle Mile in Monroeville. So that's pretty exciting. If you're from Pittsburgh. If you're listening to this podcast, you're not from
We're from Pittsburgh.
If you're not from Pittsburgh, I don't really give a shit. Why would I care? Look, it's the same mall it's in Dawn of the Dead, all right? Mm-hmm. So it's pretty exciting to us. I think this was all right. I probably wouldn't have picked this movie to watch. I'm glad
I never watch it by yourself.
But wait, something important to tell the people that are. We're outside recording this while Becca has a cigarette. So, in case you hear a car go by, we're not like in the streets. Where we live is kind of secluded, but there is a highway next to us, so you may occasionally hear a car. But I think I'd like to, if you listen to the beginning, there was a bet made. I'd like to say that I won the bet.
I think I should get half the money.
I think I missed it. There's no money exchanged. I just get to pick the next movie. I missed it a little bit because I was thinking about how much Whoopi Goldberg loved her friends, and I love my friends a lot, so I was thinking about my friends, and a little bit of method acting came in there, but I held it, and I just tried to laugh instead of cry. And I shuddered a few times and laughed. I did not cry.
He did a whimpering laugh.
This movie was written by the same guy that wrote Single White Female. No one in this movie was killed with a high heel.
No.
To the eye, unfortunately.
Right.
Or fortunately. I really like the house they lived in. I think someday we should move to Phoenix and get a house like that where we can just rando leave the doors open and people can come and go. And I'll have a
People
piano.
and rattlesnakes.
I'll have a piano. Yeah, there was no rattlesnakes came in. Everything was fine.
We don't know that.
I kind of maybe took a nap during the first act, so I'm like, why are they running from the police? I kind of missed a lot. I also missed an Indigo Girls appearance.
Yeah, you did.
Because I was eating cereal.
Yeah.
Obviously, I care about my craft as a podcaster, but there was granola. I was hungry. I missed the Indigo Girls. I hope you'll come back next week where I will eat lasagna and miss critical parts of whatever movie I pick. Yeah. I might eat something different. I like this. It just felt it is very much of its time. It's very much 1995.
It is.
There's a lot of women getting together. I will say, what I noticed about this movie, I thought this was going to be a woman coming together, family-friendly movie.
Chick flick.
There are more... they say fuck more than I do.
It was a movie for people in their mid-20s to go see.
There are more F words in this movie than any movie. This is like Scarface. Like the first half of it, it's almost like overwhelming how many times they said fuck. Like I started counting it, and I say it a lot. As my mother-in-law reminds me, she said when she heard one of the other podcasts, she said, Sam says the F word a lot. I said it one time during that show. And Boys on the Side, it should have been called fucking Boys on the Side. And then the C word got used, like multiple times.
There's lesbians. What do you want?
I guess. There's a lot of vagina terms that were getting thrown around, and I threw one out.
You learned some.
I threw one out. My wife just looked at me and shook her head. I said, hatchet wound, and they just...
Never heard it before. Never want to hear it again. Now I've heard it twice.
I know. I just wanted...
It's horrible.
I just wanted everyone... I didn't make it up, baby. There was no clam.
That doesn't mean you have to repeat it.
No, but they said a lot in there. There was a lot. We're going back into the house, so come with us into our house as we continue our discussion about Boys on the Side. I will not be bringing up genital terms anymore. Well, that was Boys on the Side. I have to think about what... when I was a kid, by the way, my dad used to do this thing. Hear that? Whenever he shuts the door to make sure the door's shut. And I would lay in bed and make fun of him that my dad would do that so many times. And now that I'm older, I do the same thing. My wife's getting ready for bed, and we've enjoyed Boys on the Side. It's about 2 a.m, in case a window into our lives. What's our next movie going to be?
You get to pick it.
Exactly. See, I'm glad that you admitted it. We have over 500 DVDs, so that's going to be hard. But we bought... we celebrated by going out and buying some more tonight. Some fine selections.
Yeah.
I think our next movie...
Titanic.
Is going to be Never Too Young to Die with John Stamos.
Did you buy it?
No, I didn't buy it. I'm going to buy it.
Where can we even find that?
VHSPS.com.
Oh.
Has it. But I think maybe Drop Dead Fred might be our next movie.
I know. The whole movie.
Yeah. Rick Mayall, R.I.P.
She's a mega bitch. That's what they call her mom.
When I was a kid, Phoebe Cates was it.
Cobwebs.
Dude's Like,
I don't want to know.
no, dude, no, I'm not saying anything sexist. I'm just saying she was the, I don't know who the hot girl is now. She was the Scarlett Johansson of our time.
Scarlett Johansson.
She's the Black Widow.
She is.
Anyway, thanks for listening to our podcast. I promised my wife that I won't use any more gross terms until the next podcast.
Until I find a better one.
No, I think hoo-ha is what I'll be, or sissy.
Sissy is
I didn't realize that that's what
I never
sissy
heard
meant.
that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have, but I've never heard that.
I've never heard sissy used before. But I was raised with boys.
Boys on the side.
No, we were boys on the main course.
Boys.
We were like the meatloaf.
Yeah.
We would do anything for love. But we wouldn't do that.
Dress up as a monster and ride around on a motorcycle.
Oh my God, that's the best part of love.
What is?
I think
We need to live in a castle first.
I think love is a big fat sweaty dude with like a white pillowy pirate shirt.
Makeup on.
Too much makeup. Jim Stedman writing the lyrics.
You already have long hair.
Oh, they do a really good meatloaf.
Mm-hmm.
I put ketchup in it. Oh wait, meatloaf the
You're
singer.
more like a ham loaf.
A ham loaf.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more like a ham loaf.
Mm-hmm.
I like meatloaf.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll do a special double meatloaf episode of the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We can watch Rocky Horror and Fight Club.
Mm-hmm. I forgot the boobs.
Yeah, what was his name in it?
I forget.
There's the one scene where they're like, come into our world as my wife brushes her teeth and we talk about meatloaf. Like, his name was Richard Starkey.
Is that his real name?
No, that's Ringo Starr's real name.
Ringo Starr, yeah.
Yeah. His name was Richard Starkey. And then after that, we'll watch Caveman, the Ringo Starr movie where he plays a caveman and he met his wife, Barbara.
Why don't we watch Dracula's Son again?
Oh my God. It's not out. You can't find it. I'm going to go in the other room where there's not water running so I can tell you this story, podcast listeners. Becca and I went to the drive-in all night last year and we saw Son of Dracula starring Harry Nilsson and Ringo Starr as Merlin. It is not out on DVD. It is not out on VHS. There's only, people think, 1 or 2 prints of it in circulation in the entire world. I'm here to tell you, it's one of the shittiest movies I've ever seen. And I loved every minute of it because John Bonham's in it.
Everybody's in it.
And Peter Frampton's in it. Mm-hmm. And the dude who played piano for the Beatles is in it. Like, there are so many great people.
The blonde guy.
Oh, from
Dracula.
Oh, yeah, Harry Nilsson, yeah.
Yes.
And what's his name? Keith Moon from The Who's in it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's made by the guy who directed Tales from the Crypt. Mm-hmm. Directed it. So by all accounts, you hear all that stuff.
A good movie.
Oh my God, this is going to be the greatest movie ever. No. Dracula gets an operation. They get his fangs out because he falls in love with a girl.
He is on
Dracula. And he fights the Antichrist. Really, I'm really doing a great job. If you hear me, if I was listening to this podcast, I'd be like, I need to see this movie. Because I love Harry Nilsson.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was in the Hollywood Vampires.
I know.
It's not a good movie.
No.
That will not be the podcast movie next week?
No.
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 No. All right, well, this is Sam.
And Becca.
And that has been Boys on the Side. I did not cry.
Uh-huh.
Boys on the Side Don't Cry is the name of this episode. But you know what you can't see, podcast fans?
They whimper and sob and hold it all in and shake.
You can't see my wife turn her head to the side and go. She made a face of, no. No, they do not.
No.
I am going to make my wife watch Strange Brew. No.
We already tried that.
It's a great movie. I will make my wife watch. You know what though? Like, I can't, like, it's not like, otherwise I'd be like, I'm not going to watch Bloodsport. My wife's like, I will look at Jean-Claude Van Damme's buns.
Yeah.
For a whole 45 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to pick a movie that she'll like. I'm not going to be a bad husband.
Huh?
I'll pick a movie you'll like.
I know. Well, I like most of the ones we own.
All right. Well, good night, fan.
Good night.